Hi, and welcome to Courage to Stay, a healing-centered videos by myself, Mary Gitao, at the Center for Suicide Research and Intervention. Here we speak tenderly about suicide, about the quiet pain that so many of us carry, and about what it means to stay. We are having gently invitations through storytelling, somatic practices, cultural reflections, and deep listening. And in each episode, what we will do is we will offer a moment to breathe, a moment to feel, and a moment to remember that we are not alone. Whether you've considered living or lost someone to suicide, or simply you just want to understand how to hold space for others who are struggling with suicidal tendencies, you're welcome. Thank you for being here, and we're so glad you're here. If you're watching or listening to this, chances are you've either struggled with the thoughts of living or you've walked with someone who has. Either way, you carry such kind of tenderness that the world doesn't always recognize. And in this series, we call it Courage to Stay, Voices from the Edge. It was born out of many years of sitting with people who were in deep pain. Pain that was so heavy, it felt like the only way out was out. I've worked with many youths, with many caregivers, with friends, with strangers, and what I've come to realize is this: staying sometimes is the most courageous act of all. One person once told me, Mary, I actually do not want to die. I just want this pain to go away. I want the pain to stop. That moment has stayed with me, because it reminds me that what many people want is not death. It's a relief. It's a rest. It's not to feel alone in their suffering and in their pain. And as you take a moment to reflect, just pause and take in a deep breath and out. And if it feels okay, you could place one of your hands on your chest and just feel that breath. Your feet firmly on the ground. Just notice that presence. Notice the life. You're here. And that matters a lot. We often think that courage is loud, that it's an action, or a movement, or even a rescue. But sometimes, courage looks like just breathing through one more night. Texting someone instead of just disappearing on them. It means choosing to stay, even when the whole being wants to give up. Many years ago, I met someone. He was a young man who had attempted suicide more than once. When you met, he wasn't looking for advice. He was looking for someone to just sit with him in the mess, in the confusion, and even in the exhaustion. And just remembering about that, I didn't have the right words. And what I had was presence. And interesting enough, that's all that he needed. Someone to just be there with him in those moments. Sometimes we think we have to fix everything or say everything perfectly. But often, being there, just being there, is more than enough. And even as we reflect on that, when I speak of the courage to stay, I am not saying that those who've died by suicide didn't try hard enough. No. The people we've lost, our siblings, our friends, our parents, a child, or even a colleague. These people were strong. They were not weak. They were not failures. They carried more than we could ever know. And they deserve tenderness and no judgment. Some people stay, and some people choose to live. But all of us, all of them, are human. and no one should earn their dignity in their pain. So today, if you're grieving someone who died by suicide, I want you to hear this. It's not your fault. And it wasn't theirs either. The pain was real. And the love, even unspoken or unnoticed, was still there. So this series goes out for you too. And what we will do, we will create space to remember. We will remember and honor those who've left, not as statistics, but as stories, as lives, and as people who mattered to you and who mattered to us. Because what we want to do is not to fix people, not even have answers, but we want to be there for presence. It's about the language we use. It's about building a community. It's about giving space to those who are hurting and tools to those who want to walk alongside them. That's what we want to do. And so today, even before we close, I would like us to just offer us a small reflection. If you've made it through today, that's something beautiful. Maybe even everything, if all you did was to stay. I honor that. And so in the coming episodes, we will explore what suicide thoughts really feel like, how culture and faith shape even our responses, what it means to even be trauma-informed, and why the community and not just therapy can save lives. So you're welcome for us to sit in this space together, gently and honestly, and with courage, and talk about suicide. Next week, we will talk about what does suicide look like in our communities. And I invite you to come and journey with us. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Thank you.